Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I haven't made a video in a while and I was going through a couple days ago and I was seeing that I made a Destiny DLC tier list video, and since Final Shape has came out, and it's been out for about 2 months now, and we've all got our impressions on it and everything like that, I feel like I want to reprise my DLC tier list because I think I was a little too harsh and I didn't really think straight. I'm not going to be doing the seasons for two or three reasons. Reason one, there's just a little bit too many of them, and I don't want this video being that long. Second one is that I wouldn't say I don't really remember what all happened. I remember the story, but it's just like Wrathborn hunts for Season of the Hunt or whatever. Season of the Hunt, the Wrathborn hunts. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Those were horrible. This right here, Season of the Hunt. Season of the Hunt was horrible. It wasn't fun. Just real quick, if we really want to go over seasons, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna go over my favorite season. Season of the Opulence was my favorite season of all time. Only one reason, because of Menagerie. I guess we'll do the top three. Number one is Season of Opulence. Next one, I'm probably gonna put Season of the Wish. Was this Season of the Wish? Whatever this season one right here. I think this is Season of the Wish. Pretty sure. No, this is Season of the Wish. I don't remember what the season is. I just remember this being, yeah, it's the one that had like the time flare bull crap, and it was like, anyway, it was a good season. It was the very first Destiny season that was like 6 months long. It was really good. And then Black Armory. So I feel like that's pretty tough. To be honest with you, Season of Opulence, Black Armory, top two, and then this season will be number three. But going into the DLCs, we're gonna go from D1 to D2, and up to current. So starting out with D1 Beta. D1 Beta, I don't remember all too much the D1 Beta. We'll just say D1 Vanilla. I played Beta probably for an hour, and then Vanilla, I don't really all too remember, given that it was about 10 years ago and I was 10 years old. Um, I don't really remember it all too much. All I remember it is that I loved it, and my brain loved it a lot. Vanilla Destiny was really fun, and I played it with my friends, mainly my cousins, and I really enjoyed it. Um, I did. So House of Wolves. House of Wolves was very mundane, but it was a good DLC. It was fun, and the story was really fun. It was. Um, wasn't this when the Reef was introduced? It might not be. I think the House of Wolves was when the Reef was introduced. I don't really remember all too much of House of Wolves. I remember it being kinda midi-ish, mid. I remember it being kind of mid. I'm kind of just going off of memory here, more so trying to get up to Taken King, because House of Wolves and The Dark Below, give or take, it's been a very long time since I last experienced those for the first time. So my memory, my knowledge on the actual DLC is a little shit. But anyway, Dark Below, Crota. We're gonna go. I'm gonna put it here, just because of Crota's Inn. Crota's Inn was a really good raid. It wasn't the first raid, but it was really good. It kind of was a stepping stone for raid mechanics, especially with Deathsinger. I enjoyed original Crota, and I remember soloing Crota a couple years later with Bones of Ao and my Hunter. Really good. Now, the Taken King. The Taken King is kind of what gave Destiny 1 the catapult launch that it needed for popularity. The Taken King, what was it, 13 exotics? Massive expansion, huge raids. I mean, the Taken King was peak. It was pinnacle, and it was hard to top. It really was. The Taken King set a standard that no DLC for a few more years could get up to. The Taken King was basically, I wouldn't say what saved it, well, it is what saved Destiny, but it was good. And then another banger, Rise of Iron. Rise of Iron is tough. I'm I really enjoyed Rise of Iron. I really did. I just kind of enjoy the activities that it brought in. I love Wrath of Machines. I love all the armor sets. I love the exotics that it brought in. I loved everything about Rise of Iron. I wouldn't say it's better. I'm not going to say it's better than Taken King. It's nowhere near as impactful as Taken King. It didn't, it's basically the sidekick of Taken King. Wasn't bad, but it's not the guy you're going to call to solve a problem. Taken King was a lot better than Rise of Iron. I enjoyed Taken King. But Rise of Iron was also really good. And then, oh man, fast forwarding to the Destiny 2 beta slash vanilla. The Destiny 2 beta wasn't that bad because it's the beta. So you're expected, bugs, blandness, just not all around, whatever. It releases, the game's kinda shit. I miss it though. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I really miss Vanilla Destiny 2. Vanilla Destiny 2 had this certain goofy feeling to it. Destiny 1 has a very serious tone. It's got a lot more just this kind of gripping at your heart type of tone. Destiny 2 is kind of a goofball game for when it first came out. It wasn't good, but I'm not going to put it in almost ruined D2. It just was definitely half baked. The fact that they took out random rolls was the first big fucking mistake that they could have made. Um, it wasn't bad. It was just wasn't great. Going from Destiny 1, one of the most highly appraised sci-fi FPS looter shooters, then going to Destiny 2 vanilla is insane. Oh man, and does it get worse? Oh, Curse of Osiris. Curse of Osiris was it was just disappointing. Like it was horrible. It really was. It was not good in any slight way. The campaign was short and just not the best. Osiris as a character was good because I'm pretty sure that was the first major time we get to see him in action. Sagira was cool. The atmosphere of Mercury was awesome. Loved it. Um, it's just when you see kind of like what it added, it didn't add anything. And actually, I'm pretty sure Destiny 2 got to such a low player count that I think Bungie was going to scrap Destiny 2. That's just kind of coming from my mind. I'm pretty sure I heard something like that a while back, um, but don't quote me on that. But it's just that, like, it's just kind of insane how terrible Curse of Osiris was, and it did almost ruin Destiny 2. And it almost ruined Destiny as a franchise because it could have just stopped it dead in its tracks. I really did enjoy Sagira's Shell. Even though it was a little annoying to get because you had to craft all those weapons, it was still good. Then going to Warmind. Personally, this is my favorite Destiny 2 DLC. I don't like. Of course, it didn't bring a whole crap ton to it, kind of to the table, but it saved Destiny 2 to where, we can get Forsaken pumped out. Didn't know Forsaken was coming, of course, but it saved Destiny 2, kept the player base. Boom, Forsaken comes out, saves it. But going back to Warmind. Warmind's a good DLC. I loved it. Escalation Protocol was amazing. The Seraph Shotgun was the DPS king, and I loved it. I loved it so much. What was it? 48 Seraph nodes for that Sparrow. I loved it. I'm not. I'm gonna put it mostly pros, some cons. We'll put it ahead of Dark Below. I really enjoyed it. Escalation Protocol was good. The story was really. I enjoyed the story, for what I can remember at least. Soul was a really interesting. It was the first worm god that we could see up close, so it was really cool. And like when it comes to these DLCs, I like the campaigns and the lore aspects. You know, that's kind of like what the hit or miss thing for me is. I do like, the weapons and the exotics and things that come in, but I'm a huge lore guy. I'm a big storytelling guy, and I really do enjoy when Destiny puts effort into the story, puts effort into, twists and turns. And I really did enjoy kind of the existential crisis that we kind of had. Oh, and I mean also like Sleeper Simulant came with the DLC, so that was awesome too. Next is Forsaken. Now, Forsaken is arguably the reason why Destiny 2 is still even operational. Yeah, Destiny 2 was in I wouldn't say a rough state. No, it wasn't in a rough state. It's just like it was boring. Forsaken drops, and it's basically the same it's kind of the same thing as Taken King. I mean, whoops, put it in front of Iron. Basically brings in an amazing campaign, brings in a shit ton of stuff. Cade dies. I remember seeing that trailer for the first time. That was actually horrible, but um, brings in a lot of exotics, brings in a shit ton of PvE and PvP changes, brings in a bunch of balancings, a bunch of patches, a bunch of quality of life changes. Um, what was it? 2 new zones? Yeah, the Dreaming City and the Reef. But it brought in a lot of stuff that brought Destiny 2 back. Um, Destiny 2 was in its healing state. Then Forsaken came out, and it was the antiseptant and just the stitches for the wound, and it was good. It was good. Beyond Light. Beyond Light is it was rough. The campaign was good. It was shorter, but it was good. Stasis. Oh, sweet, good lord. Pre-nerf stasis was rough. Yeah, it was rough. PvP was not fun for like 3 weeks, or sorry, 3 months. It was just getting frozen all the time. Um, I enjoyed it. I mean, Beyond Light was very half baked. It wasn't the greatest. It was kind of terrible. It was kind of terrible, but I'm not gonna put it into Almost Ruined D2 because it didn't. It didn't. Realistically, the only thing on here that's, I mean, one of these seats. I mean, we can put one of these in here, you know. But it's not that bad. It really wasn't. Beyond Light was kind of. I mean, Europa's beautiful, beautiful area, absolutely beautiful. Um, yeah, I enjoyed it. Anyway, going to Shadowkeep. Shadowkeep is also another half baked. It was kind of crazy. We got Beyond Light. We got what was it? Was it Shadowkeep Beyond Light or Beyond Light Shadowkeep? What was it? Which order was it? I don't remember. I don't care. Anyway, Shadowkeep. Shadowkeep was rough. The Scarlet Keep was not. It was really pretty. Um, Eris Morn being implemented a little bit more into, or well, not implemented, but given a bigger role. She wasn't really given much for D1, and they kind of gave a DLC meant for Eris Morn. Not synergized like wholeheartedly on her, but it revolved around her more than any other time we've ever had it for her. It brought along a lot of stuff. The rituals were fun. The campaign was good. The nightmare quests were fun. The weapons were alright. The exotics were pretty good too. It was definitely half baked, but it was not as good as Beyond Light. Beyond Light is kind of in mid, but I'm gonna put it in half baked. Now the 30th anniversary. The 30th anniversary is interesting because it's a DLC, but it's more so just like an add-on pack. It's a season, but it's like different because Gjallarhorn came back out, had the cool Thorn armor. You had the dungeon. You had a bunch of stupid cool stuff. Wasn't Grasp of Avarice? Yeah, Grasp of Avarice came out. Forerunner came out. I don't really. I mean, it was good. I mean, yeah, it was good, good. Actually, I'm gonna put it in delivered. I mean, I feel like it delivered pretty well. I feel like it. No, I'm gonna put it back here. I do. I mean, like what we expected is well what we got, so it delivered pretty well. There's not much else I can really say about it. It's not a season and it's a DLC, but it's not a full-fledged DLC. It's kind of like a little DLC. Um, oh Lord, oof, Jesus, hold on. Witch Queen, Witch Queen, yeah, it did really well. Witch Queen's amazing. Um, Low-key kind of saved Destiny 2. It started reaching kind of a low point after the previous DLC. I don't really remember the order all that well. It's been a pretty good while, and I'm pretty sure I'm getting the order right. Um, but after like 3 to 4 years, it's kind of hard to remember the order. But Witch Queen, Witch Queen was another DLC like Taken King and like Forsaken, and it just kind of like brought this pros and cons, right? The Witch Queen is a 10 out of 10 campaign, 10 out of 10 PvE, PvP, hot fixes, and patches. The exotics were good, the armor was good, the mods were good, the changes were good. But I think this is what happened. The bar got set so high with Witch Queen that it kind of caused a very vital reaction when Lightfall came out. I think I used that word right, vital, or vital rounds, vital. Yeah, it kind of like caused Lightfall to just be shit no matter what. Um, because Lightfall is definitely like the bastard child of every Destiny DLC, and it's definitely going in almost ruined D2. Yeah. So anyway, going to our favorite campaign, Lightfall. Yeah, it's a rough campaign. It was. It's definitely basically what I always thought Lightfall was. I always thought Lightfall wasn't supposed to happen. I feel like Final Shape was supposed to be the next and final DLC, which it was the final DLC. But I feel like Lightfall wasn't supposed to happen. It's just they took bits and pieces of story out of Final Shape, pushed it back, and then made a whole DLC out of that to bring in more revenue, which worked, of course. I mean, no matter how terrible Destiny State is, I know I'm still going to spend money, and I know I'm still going to put money into the game. I mean, it's just how it is. Now, if you're a returning player and you haven't played since Shadowkeep, you might not have the same opinion. But if you've been playing since, oh, I don't know, Destiny's beta, it's kind of like watching your family pet die slowly, which is horrible to say, but it's kind of like what it feels like watching Destiny. It's like this thing you've dropped. Oh, I don't know how many hours do I have in D1, like 2,000, and I have like 3 or 4,000 in Destiny 3. So, we're accumulating around 4 to 5,000 hours total in the Destiny series combined. Not, well, I mean, it's a lot, but not a whole lot compared to a lot of people. But it's enough time to where I can comfortably say that I've given a good portion of my time to this game series. And when Lightfall came out, it kind of felt like that they were just trying to get a cash grab, and they didn't really care. Strand was fun. It was fun. I'll be honest. Spider-Man Super is fun, but it was not good. I mean, it was the DPS king for like a week, then it got patched. Some shit about the Hunter one with the RB, but or the light attack. But it also came with banners or the banner Titan thingy. That was really good, but whatever. Neomuna is beautiful, and I love Neomuna, and I love the lore behind it, and the story was just so boring. It was not good. The last bit of it was. Now, Lightfall, I'm not going to say the story was bad. It just wasn't what we wanted. And of course, you're not always going to get what you want. It's a game company. I don't know anything about game development. I couldn't even tell you the first thing about it. But I do know a mediocre job when I see it. And Lightfall is the definition of that. And then Final Shape comes out and saves the game again. Oh. Um so I'm going to put it in, I'm going to say at like here. I feel like that's fair. Um Final Shape came out recently, and it was good. I mean, the campaign was absolutely phenomenal. Transcendence is absolutely broken. Not as much anymore, but it was. Still broken, still broken. Salvation's Edge is really fun. Exorcism is really fun. All the exotics are really fun. Just everything about Final Shape is good. Seeing Kate again, seeing this, oh man, are we actually going to lose permanently, or are we going to win at the end? That last final fight with against the Witness, it was good. Final Shape was really, really good. Um, a lot of tedious stuff is in the game now, and like the Pathfinders, kind of like not worth doing, but you know, whatever. Microcosm. Oh, this is like completely out of the thing, but Microcosm is absolutely amazing. Just now thinking about it. But yeah, Final Shape was really good. Final Shape was fire. I really enjoyed it. Final Shape is definitely. I'm gonna put Final Shape kind of more so here. I feel like this will be a pretty appropriate um, representation. Final Shape, if it flopped, Destiny 2 would have been over, and their little marathon project that they shouldn't even be working on would be over as well. Extraction shooters, that's insane. Anyway, this is my new and improved DLC list. We're just going to scroll it there because I didn't really do. I told you my top 3 seasons, but I didn't really go in depth with the seasons here. Because I didn't really want to. Because I Loki don't. I don't counter. I don't really remember what happened in some of these. Echoes is good. I enjoy it. But Opulence, Menagerie is fire. But Black Armor, you cannot. I mean, Black Armor is awesome. Scourge of the Past is great. Um, Season of the Drifter was good too. But anyway, yeah, this is my new and reprised DLC tier list. I feel like I'm looking at it now. I feel better looking at this. This looks good. I do think so. Um, the House of Wolves opinion, I really want to get more in depth on it, but I don't really remember much about it. Just a Fallen DLC, man. But anyway, appreciate you guys if you made it to this end of the video. Appreciate you guys, watching all the way through. Appreciate you guys always. Thank you for, whoever is watching my videos. I do appreciate it. Um, like I usually say, well, not usually say, I've never said it before, but this channel is just kind of primarily used as a way for me to document how I've been and what I've, my interests and what I've been doing and stuff like that. And I've been uploading videos. I have videos that are privated, but I've been uploading videos for about 8 to 9 years now. And it is kind of crazy just to see how you've grown. So I do that for that. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys have a lovely day or a lovely night, as it is 2 in the morning, where I am currently at. But I do hope you guys have a lovely day. And, just peace out.